we are playing to get rich. If we win, we are 5-0, and if we lose, I guess we're still kind of rich, but we'll see what happens. This hand's decent. Have the opportunity to cast K-Return if that matters. We can grapple on 2, but now we drew a Primal Druid. So they can take our K-Return or Ishkana. I assume the Spider is going to hit the bin, but who knows. Could be the K-Return. Depends on what they're up to. 2 swamps, I would assume white-black, but you never know. In the meantime, I'll continue perusing Magic Online deck lists, where it looks like people are playing sweet stuff, and I like it. Did take my Spider. And I guess I'm just going to play the Druid. I'm in no rush to whiff on that grapple. Plus, like, the more I wait, the more information I'll have as for what I'm actually looking for. My opponent only has a bunch of swamps. You know, we have 2 grapples, so even if the first one misses, which is not super likely, but certainly could happen, we have a chance to run it back. So it looks like green-black would transgress. A lot of Banned Company decks. All right, traversing, so we're likely mana screwed up until this point. I assume they're just getting forest. Yup. Alright, we also get a forest. And also get to deposit 2 K-Returns into our graveyard. Well, you've done it. You've successfully killed my Pilgrim's Eye. Ugh, sleepy. It's getting late. Tracker into forest. I guess I'm the fool because I didn't keep K-Return open. Probably should have. Oh well, as long as we find a big thing, we'll be okay. Then we can just flash back one of these K-Returns. Little unfortunate that we don't have any way to really punish our opponent for their slow start. We're just kind of dirtling around here. Oh, Liliana off the top. Take out my Pilgrim's Eye. It's not bad. Not really in the market for blocking quite yet. And another traverse for a basic land. And I guess we just pick up this Emrakul because Pilgrim's Eye doesn't really get us anywhere. So we're still a ways away. Huh. Alright. Pilgrim's Eyes for days. So now we are willing to block because we don't necessarily need a creature to emerge anymore because we can just block and get our land, and then we'll have 8 mana. On one of these days, You know, we'll mill a land or something. Maybe draw a Vessel of Nascency. And then we'll be able to cast our Emrakul. Everything will be great. Oh no. Maybe we should have blocked when we had the chance. Kind of think I just want to deposit this other K return, but I could be wrong about that. We have a lot of hits. Basically anything that mills herself or a traverse or a big creature will be good outside of actual Emrakul. 7, 8, 9. So even a shrine would be good. What about Yavimaya Coast? Yeah, I guess we should have blocked when we had the chance. Oh no, now we're just dead. Just running Evolving Wilds to kill us. Well, this is a pretty pathetic game one. Not sure I would have definitely won had I blocked with the Druid earlier, but we'd at least get to Emrakul our opponent. Obviously, they could just find another Transgress or something off their clue, but we still had a lot of redraws. So maybe I should have just left the forest in the graveyard with the grapple, but that's kind of tough. It's pretty hard to actually just make that decision, but... Alright, so controlling green-black. Definitely want the Clashes and the Jaces and all this cool stuff. I do want some K returns. I think I'll keep one Ishkana. I think some Pilgrim's Eyes are fine to keep even though they're so bad against Liliana, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to cut them all, but we still need things for Gather. So I don't know, this is pretty tough because we want a bunch of cards. Wonder how Majors would sideboard here. He might just like cut the Gathers and cut the Pilgrim's Eyes. Could see just cutting an Emrakul because they're probably going to get obliterated. So I don't really want to naturally draw them all that often, but on the other hand, I kind of do want to naturally draw them. So maybe I'm just supposed to cut all the Griffs. Griff is decent, though. Maybe I'm supposed to just do this. Maybe I want the negates. And then what? Just cut all the Pilgrim's Eyes? Maybe I'm supposed to cut the Spider, not even have it as a traverse target, but it seems fine. This certainly seems kind of weird. But all right, let's do it. Let's try it out. Maybe negates are just better on the draw because I can snipe a Liliana and have it actually be good. Well, hopefully my opponent has a Transgress. It's not looking good for the 5-0, I'll tell you that much. Oh no, now I hope they don't have a Transgress. Because I actually want that Pilgrimage. No! Tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt. How very unfortunate. I think I might want to wait a turn to crack the Vessel too, in case I find a Deep Fiend I could actually play it. Now maybe I don't have the luxury of waiting. I think I do, though. Why'd I have to draw that Pilgrimage? So unfortunate. Beats, beats, beats. I think I should probably learn my lesson and block. Island does make the most sense. It is awkward if I draw a Kozilek's Return and can't cast it, though. Nope. Just a bunch of spells. Certainly the deck has some amount of fail rate. I think if they're going to kill my Primal Druid, they should probably upkeep it, but I could emerge a Deep Fiend off of it then, which would not be great, so... yeah, sacking now to play around potential Kozilek's Return, which is certainly understandable. Now we have Clash of Wills, which buys us a little bit more time. I'm definitely not super happy with these negates. I'll take this hit. Yep, go nuts. Did manage to blank their second Transgress, so that's good. 4 8s, or one short, but we have a Clash to defend ourselves, so that's good. Opponent does have a lot of cards, though. Yep, totally fine with that. Guess it's kind of bad because I'd much rather just be able to use a removal spell to kill a Quagmire, but since my opponent is only just like cracking clues and whatnot, I assume that they probably have another removal spell. This works out perfectly where I have a Clash. So I can counter one of their spells if I want to. Does not work out perfectly. Basically need to get rid of both the Ob Nixilis and the Ruinous Path, and I can't do both. So that is definitely a tilt. Huh. Yeah, maybe I should have waited a turn, but then I probably just died a tracker, so couldn't really afford to do that. So what do I do instead? Let them have Ob Nixilis and Ruinous Path their own Liliana? Very unfortunate. Then I get to Ob Nixilis my Emrakul, and I have to draw something. I have like a couple turns. Having a Ruinous Path and Ob Nixilis in hand is certainly very good against Emrakul, at least if they don't have enough lands. Maybe we'll draw a Grapple. Or a Pilgrimage that does basically nothing. So I can Clash for 6. So I can probably counter like their Nissa, and if they have a land, then they can play an Ishkana. Which they do have a land, so that's not good, because that means they can play 2 things. But I guess they played their land first. Huh. So maybe I don't counter their Nissa and just try and counter their Spider instead. Kind of a weird game. But I need to do this to buy me another turn at least. Another turn, another draw step. Yeah, sure. Only one Emrakul left in the deck anyway. So now what's my best traverse target? Lurker, maybe? Well, I drew Traverse. Nissa. Nissa's good. Okay, return is not a large help, but it is a help. It does take care of Nissa or Ishkana spiders. So if they play Nissa and go to transform that, maybe I have to kill the Nissa. The spiders are going to kill me, though, with that black mana. Not a lot of lands left in my deck. Okay, sure. What are you going to go after now? You have like another obliteration? I have so many different threats. Okay. That's legit, I guess. So still not playing Nissa, presumably because I have the K return. And then just getting back a Tracker or Ishkana. Yeah, getting back a Spider. You already have a Spider. What do you need more Spiders for? Well, there's the Leap. I don't think they can actually kill this one. If we had this instead of the Nissa, we could make a Shia and start kind of going off. I think I'm supposed to just play the Leap just for mana efficiency, because I might need the 2 next turn if I have to like cast a creature and then leap into something, play it, and still have a mana open. So kind of just petered out here. Ended up having like a bunch of lands and not a ton else. Emrakul wasn't great, but we had to do it because they had Tracker. That was killing us. Well, I guess I'll kill both of those. I guess you have a clue already, but I'm still doing it. And hopefully we draw a creature. Probably get to traverse for their own Emrakul. It's probably pretty good. Nope, just another Nissa. Weird. Okay, so what's the best thing we can get here? Spider would be the best if we still had it in our deck. So we're going to have 5 mana left over if we get a Lurker. Could potentially get Deep Fiend, but they can just Ob Nixilis us. I think it probably has to be Deep Fiend. Because I need a flash way to use Kozilek's Return. So this game's going to be tough to win, basically no matter what happens. Okay, I'm fine with that. Odd. Why would you expose all these things to my K return? I don't understand. Certainly didn't need to play the second Tracker. Ooh. Wonder if this is even good. I feel like Emrakul them right now. So they have 2 spiders and a forest. So I kind of need them to just tick up again. That's decent. So we can have some fun turns coming up here potentially. Hopefully we don't just get transgressed randomly. But now that Obnixils is on 3, we can do some like pretty messed up stuff. Then got back a Nissa, it looks like. We're gonna play Spider. Yep, that's a thing. Finding that Coax was nice. Target opponent, man. Well, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. Pick up a new Jace. I don't think I have to play this forest. If I get to untap, well, I guess if I get to untap, I just kill them with Emrakul, probably. Dark Petition, huh? Wonder if they kept in a Languish. Murder to the Slaughter. Is this target player? Yup. Okay, okay. So this is going to kill your Spider. To the Slaughter. Gonna kill your Nissa and your Shia. Oh no. Okay, I don't think I'm dead, but I certainly need to be careful of this second Ishkana. I think I'm supposed to just kill a Spider here. Leap and Coax both doing pretty good work. It's a lot of toughness in the air, though. Like 15 toughness, my thing only has 11 power. So we're still... I mean, we can traverse for the other Deep Fiend, and yeah, that should kill them. Or we could Coax, depending on where the Deep Fiend is. The Deep Fiend is Exile. Nope. That's my revealed. They're just firing up Quagmires instead of Spider Nugging me, which is kind of silly. Roar. Well, that was a game. That was a game. So they have Grimflayer too. And I guess with the leaps, I should probably have a Spider. Showed me 2 obliterations. So I can get rid of one of those Emeralds because they're going to be firing that off. God, do I care about these negates? Should have taken a screenshot of their deck list. Kind of want these Gathers too. Actually, like filling my graveyard with more stuff seems very beneficial. But 14 creatures is incredibly low. So... probably can't do that. It's probably best to just side out the Gatherers. I like most of what's going on here. Should probably just cut this Wretched Griff. And call it a day. Alright, hand is good. Let's see what we can do with this. We have all the mana sources, we have a counterspell, we have a vessel, like, I mean, we have basically a perfect opening hand, so it's a matter of if we get, like, Transgressed, maybe that could take our Pilgrimage. Depends on how good our Clash is, especially if we get Transgressed, it might be kind of awkward, so they're going to, like, bait with their worst spells, but my opponent's over here just traversing, so... oh, man, and we have the threat. So if they play Obliteration, we would counter it. And I'm just going to pick up the Shrine. And I think we're just going to hold firm, you know? There's no real reason to deploy anything when we could just clash one of our opponent's good spells, but... okay, well now we have Negate. So I think we can just Primal Druid. Might not be able to clash like a Tracker, but I think that's alright. And then yeah, if they grasp this, to the slaughter, same deal. I am much excited. So what's better, negate or clash? I think negate is actually better. At least in this situation. Because now I can actually pilgrimage and still have a counterspell open. Like a counterspell that definitely works. Oh man, the Evo Leap too? We just have it all. It's possible we just want to play like Druid Leap now. Yeah, I don't really want to do that though. I think, because if I pilgrimage, I can just play Emrakul whenever I want. So, slightly worse usage of my mana, but ultimately pretty good, I think. Just raw 3/5, just get in there. 5 card types, cost 8 mana. So we would have a mana left. I don't know. I feel like I can still just keep setting up here because just give my opponent more time to actually like draw into stuff, maybe develop their board a little bit more. If I pilgrimage, I can't have Druid and Leap, but I think that's okay. But I'm going to play Leap before Druid so that they can't use a removal spell on it. And I find it highly unlikely that they would have like that they'd be setting up for like Transgress plus Obliteration. So even if I get Transgress, I'd probably just let that happen. Oh yeah, now we're in business. Grass burner. All right, well. Could. Yeah, there's a better way to do this. Grasp it, in response, murder it. Then attack your spider into my giant monster. And you just have a grasp left. I can negate whatever your follow-up is. Ruinous Path? No. No, sir. Get out of here. And now, as if we needed it, we could still go off with our Evo Leap. But look at that. We're just rich instead.